Welcome to Chivalry Revisited. We are your hosts, Debbie
and Liza.
Join us as we explore the timeless code of honor through the eyes of Xillenial between Gen X and Millennial. We will dive deep into the nuances of chivalry, what it means in the past, how it's evolved, and what it means today.
Welcome back, listeners. I have a special guest joining us again, Freddie Augustin Jr., aka Jojo. Say hello.
Hi.
So we are doing another chivalry episode. We're revisiting it, but last time we did it with our Gen Z kids, Isaiah and Clayton. This time we are doing it with the mind of a Xillenial. Is it Xillenial?
Can you tell me what a Xillenial is?
I believe it's 1970. You were born between 1977 and 83, kind of the years of the original Star Wars trilogy. So that's...
You gotta throw in the Star Wars.
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So first question, how do you think your generation views chivalry compared to the younger generations? Because you have a younger, two sons,
yes.
Right?
Okay, wait. Before you answer that, what is chivalry to you?
Yeah.
Let's get a base foundation of what you feel is like, what's chivalry?
Chivalry is being respectful of like older people and of opposite sex. So for me, opening a door for a lady or for an older person, right? Like you hold the door open, walk them through. Yeah, I guess
it's
that's
kind of
what I would
like a traditional, like it's very similar to what I feel chivalry is. It's very mindset of traditional. You open the door, you're, very thoughtful of other people around you, especially elders. So yep. I'm in line with that. Okay, cool.
My chivalry is different, but I'm a little high maintenance when it comes to that. So anyways.
Wow, okay.
So back to the question. How do you think your generation views chivalry compared to the younger generations?
Oh, wow. So when we go to the malls, right? So, I'm walking through, I open the door for my wife and kids. And if I look behind and see someone like coming up that's younger, I'll still keep it open for them, right? But they come through, don't even acknowledge like, no, thank you, no no nod or anything. It's just like, oh, you were supposed to do that for me, like okay.
Does that kind of annoy you?
It does. It does. The good thing is that I taught my kids otherwise. So a lot of times my sons would be the ones up front holding the door. And, we'd go through and then we'd keep walking. Then we look back. He's still opening the door for people.
Let it go already.
It's like you're letting everyone else. And we're like already bought everything. Yeah.
Like figure out a way to nicely, here you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you and Penn first started dating, could you say that the chivalry, has it been this consistent and the same then through your marriage and now?
I try to open the car door for her every time. We get out of church. I open up the door. I make sure that the kids see it so that it's like, okay, no, dad does that for mom. Maybe I should do that with my girlfriend, or I should expect this from my boyfriend.
It's important to you and to your wife to show this chivalry to your kids.
Yes, very important.
Yeah. Do you walk on the sidewalk? Do you walk on?
Yes, I walk on the street side.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that until I was in high school.
Yeah. Penn kind of reminds me from time to time, it's even with the kids. When you walk the kids to school, I tell the kids, okay,
you're on the inside.
Yeah, stay on the inside. And they're like, why? If a car comes and jumps the curb, I'll be the one to get hit. But you'll get hurt. I'm like, well, you're not going to get hurt.
No.
Oh.
So when you first started dating, did you pay for the dates? Did you always pay for the dates? Did you walk her to her car? Did you walk her to her door? Did you bring her flowers? What did you do?
Yes.
So I think this is where Liza's high maintenance is coming in on chivalry, guys.
Yes.
So, of course, when you're courting a woman, that's what, you do that, right? That's like a thing that's okay, get flowers, get dinner. I was unemployed when I met Penelope. So
that's why you married her, because she didn't love you for your money.
Yes, exactly. So I did all I could. I mean, getting the flowers, my dad grew orchids, so get flowers from our garden in the backyard, or any little thing, anything I could scrounge up, but yeah, it was mainly the big gestures, pulling the seat out, when you're eating at a place, even though it's not a very fancy place, standing up when they stand up, that's kind of matching things like that. Yeah, definitely a lost art that kids nowadays don't don't see.
So I'm going to give you an example, and I want to see your thought on this. So I commute in the morning.
Okay.
I used to commute on Caltrain, and I'll tell you the commute into the going up north to the city can be horrible. At some point, it's going to be like standing room only.
I bet.
What do you do if you have a seat and you see just other ladies, women? Would you give up your seat, or would you not? Because you're kind of like, hey, we all paid for the same. We all had an opportunity. Do you give up your seat and you stand? I mean, is that part of chivalry?
That's part of chivalry. I definitely would.
You would.
I definitely would. First to an elderly person.
Well, of course. If it's elderly or if she's pregnant, you would, of course, right? But let's say it's somebody that you go, hey, she looks pretty healthy. She doesn't, does she really need a seat?
So if they look like if they're carrying like a lot of stuff, or like, that they're not, that they'd benefit more from the seat than I would. Okay. Then I would give it up.
So there has to be a level of benefit that they're going to get for sitting.
Yes.
Got it.
How about walking an old lady across the street?
Oh yeah, I do that.
But I feel like now people are like scared, right? Just
if you see me, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna give you my hand and we're gonna walk across the street.
Are you gonna take my groceries?
No, are you taking anything?
First goes to the other side.
Like, do you feel like it's like an outdated thing? Like
that is
true.
Or
do you think that people should do that?
So funny thing that had happened with the boys with me, and the person actually said that is a lost art, and turned to my boys and said, follow what your father does, because you do not want to the next generation to not continue this. So I mean, if they're willing, I try to smile, look friendly, and
and going back to like the younger generation, I do notice that when I'm at the grocery store and like older women are struggling to put all their groceries in the trunk, the younger people just walk right by. At least ask, and I had to help her. I was like, do you need help? Yeah, and she did. So
I don't know. But you know what? Some parents say, like, you know what? Because the world has changed. They're like, mind your own business.
Don't trust anyone.
Don't trust anyone. Just mind your own business. And because parents just want their kids safe.
That's true.
So I think in a way that hurts that chivalry to be moved forward to the next generation, because there is the fear, and so a lot of parents tell kids, mind your own business, keep going, don't step in.
That's hard. So, Jojo, how do you think chivalry intersects with modern views on gender roles and equality? Like nowadays, it's all like girl power, independent. Like I can
don't open my door.
Like I can buy I can buy my own food. Like what's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. It's because you don't know if the person you're helping is thinks a different way. But I still try to help them out as much as I can, but it's if they come out at me like I don't need your help. Like what are you doing? Then I just wanted to help. I just figured
How about with the boys? Do you just how does that it's such a different world now. It's just females and they just want to be independent. They want to pay. Do you talk to them about that? If Zion were to, because Zion has a girlfriend.
Yes.
It's so when when they go on dates and stuff like that, do you say, hey, you need to pay, or how does that work with that?
So even though he's currently looking for a job, he doesn't get a steady stream of money. If we know that they're going to go on a date, we'll give them money and say make sure you pay for her, ask what she wants, just take care of her, make sure that she's that she feels comfortable.
Yeah. I do have friends that are dating and they're like, no, absolutely not. I will pay my own because I want to feel I don't want to feel like I owe them anything.
Yeah,
but you know what? I just wait till somebody picks up the tab. I'm not pulling out my.
I think it depends on age too.
That's true.
It's definitely.
I think because my daughter is dating right now, and I know that he works, but I'm like, you need to make sure you have your own money and that he's not paying all the time, because
it gets expensive.
It's expensive. So figure out other ways of eating, eat at his grandma's or our, like our house, or like just, be conscious that I'm sure he would like to pay for everything, but you just be mindful, because he doesn't have that steady income stream.
Yeah.
I think somebody you're dating at your age should have it. If you're dating, you should be aware of the cost of dating.
Right. No, I think I've said it this last time. Like it depends how long I'm dating you, right? Like, yeah, I'll let you pay like the first few dates, but if we're like dating and it's like the 5th or 6th date, then I'll pick up the tab, because, if it's something that's ongoing, I'm not always going to expect him to pay. Yeah. But Debbie, you said Peter paid for everything when you dated.
He did. He sure did. Like I said, I was at an age where, girl, if you can't afford to take me out, we're probably not, we don't need a date.
Has that changed now that you guys are married?
Well, now that it's our money, absolutely. Before it was his money and I have my money. And so you should be using your money. Now that we're married, it's like our money. And so, I'm like, no, we're not going out to eat. We got some leftovers at home. We need to eat.
Is that the same for you and Penn now, Jojo?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, definitely. Like, if the kids want to go out to eat, it's like, okay, well, but it's not like for each other anymore, unless it's like for a special occasion, like an anniversary or something of the sort.
Yeah. So I've always heard, like, we all hear this, chivalry is dead.
It's dying.
I think it's dying.
It's dying. Yeah. I mean, it's up to a lot of us to help bring it back.
Bring it back.
For sure.
Well, I like chivalry. I don't think it takes away women power.
No,
but I mean, some people take offense to chivalry.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
But I'm just not one of them.
I'm not one of them. So, how do you think chivalry impacts romantic relationships today?
Oh, wow. Kind of hard to, I can't speak from experience.
Yeah. Like, I'm married.
I think it depends on the person, right? It
really depends on the person.
Preference. Like for me, like I would like flowers twice a month. I would like dinner once a month. I would always want my doors open for sure. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't wait around and wait for someone to open the door for me.
Oh, I do. That's the one thing that I do. Yeah. Like if I had to pinpoint something, it's like, I'll be the first at the door, but I'll stand there until Peter comes and he'll open it. Mm. But he doesn't open, it's so sweet that you said that you open your wife's door.
Car door,
because Peter will not do it. He does the automatic, it's open. When we were dating, it was so different, but now that we're married, it's not happening.
I think it always comes with when I was with David, my ex, I was always like, at first you were so sweet, now you don't care about me, because he used to always fill up my car with gas. He always made sure I had gas in my car.
That's the courting.
Yeah, he would always open the door, and then now he's just like, get your own gas. I was like, what happened to that? I think a lot of it is keeping the chivalry alive. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be that, other things.
But I do think it is important for the younger generation as, parents. If you have a son, mm-hmm. It is one of the things, well, and even a daughter too, I would say. But when I think about chivalry, I kind of think about the male and female relationship. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really important to teach them, because they don't know. Sure. They really don't know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, society and I think social media in a lot of ways doesn't help the chivalry case.
Definitely not.
So,
do you think it raises the bar higher or lower, or from what you see on social media?
Oh, I think it's lower. Yeah. It's definitely lower. I mean, you just see kids have no respect for.
Yeah. It goes back to your kids text now all the nowadays, right?
Yeah.
It's you text you text somebody that you're interested in, and then you ghost them. Yeah. Not even oh, I'm not interested. It's it's rude, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, have the decency to tell this girl that you're not interested. It's like
Face
things
to
like that.
face.
Yeah.
Like just say it to my face.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh my God.
try to send me a text or slide into,
Yeah.
DM. It's like, well, okay.
Or you left somebody on red.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
That's
Yes.
the worst. I mean, back then we just had to wait for it by the phone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have cell phones, right? We had to be home at a specific time.
Yes.
Like, call me at this time.
Yep.
We always knew when we were going to get a call.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a half ring. Pick
Yeah.
up real quick.
Yeah. Or you're like, wait. Okay. Let it ring at least 3 times. At least 3 times.
Yeah. Now it's like in their hands.
Yes.
Like everyone always has their phone. Everyone, and on the like opposite side, right? It's like, it takes 5 seconds to text me. You couldn't text me out of your busy day. Like things like that. It's the, expectation now around communication. It's just so different.
Yes. So, personal reflection. Have your views on chivalry changed over the years? If so, how?
I don't think my views have changed. I try to maintain all that I learned from like my mom, all the stuff that I've, done in my life. I try to keep it and then pass it on. So I don't think my views have changed at all.
So you mentioned your mom. Is your mom the one who taught you what chivalry was, or did you get it from like?
I think my mom was a big part of that. Yeah. Like I could see that she as Filipinos, like the art of the bless, right? That's gone away. I mean, like we used to always an elder bless.
Yep, that
Manopo,
absolutely has. Yeah.
bless to the head. That's not.
Does your family still do that?
We do not.
No.
Yeah, we don't.
Well, do you guys call kuya ate?
So we tried doing that too with the kids. They just felt a little awkward, or manong manang for But it was hard for them to do it, even though we knew we should have done it earlier on.
When they were younger.
But they. Because I kind of grew up Americanized too, so it was like it wasn't something that automatically. But some of the stuff like the manopo was definitely.
Can you explain for our listeners what manopo is that are not Filipino?
Okay.
Yeah.
So manopo is basically you're getting the hand of an older person, touching it to your forehead. It's a sign of respect. So you kind of bow and put their kind of knuckles to your forehead, and it's kind of a show of respect.
Yeah. In the Filipino culture.
Also, after church, that was also like a way to get a blessing from, that I remember going to the Philippines. I was, my early 20s, and it's just like, okay, I'm going around getting blessings from everybody. I'm like an adult, and like that's definitely not something that I would do here in America, but it was very common in the Philippines. Yeah.
By the way, Jojo's mom, Auntie Belly, like rest in peace. She was an amazing woman. And she was like my mom too. So I learned a lot from her. Very selfless. Gave herself to everybody, so I could see where Jojo got that from. Yeah, and I miss her so much.
Yeah, me too.
So last question, Jojo, what advice would you give to younger men about practicing chivalry in a way that respects all individuals?
Wow. I would say treat people how you'd want to be treated. It's definitely, you show them respect, you get respect back. If you wonder why, someone's not giving you respect, then maybe you should look in the mirror. And it's definitely... you give and you receive equally.
Very good, very simple and straightforward. And I love that.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jojo, for sharing.
You're welcome.